Namaste and welcome, dear souls. Deanna with our energy update for March 30th through April 5th. Before I came on, I just had this huge realization. As we all know, we're all asked to be in a pause right now. We have social distancing happening. I am coming to you on Saturday, the 28th of March. But I reflected back to the full moon in Virgo on the 9th. Virgo represents health, the 6th house. Let's read about that real quick. This is huge, guys. Virgo, the 6th house. This house is associated with work and service to the community. That is a Virgo's duty, is to be in service. I'm a Virgo. It indicates how we be a part of society and give our skills to it in order for society to benefit, not just ourselves. So we're a collective thinker for the most part. It is also the house associated with health and healing. A lot of healers are Virgos. And it also depends on where Mercury is in your chart. All of us are made up of this. Just remember that. So, associated with health and healing, and it is our ability to maintain our physical system as a cohesive whole. So think about that. The health concerns right now, how it's impacting the whole. What we do on a micro level has a direct impact on the macro level, right? Oneness consciousness. The workplace becomes a macro. So what we're all doing as a collective. To our body, a micro, and we need to be aware of each part making a contribution to the well-being of the whole. So this is an awareness and a consciousness of what we do as an individual has a direct impact of the whole, and I think that's super significant. It seems like the steam engine got going after that full moon in Virgo, and I was just like, wow, cleaning, preparing my home, smudging, just cleaning my space, attention to detail, very Virgo. And I was reflecting on that, and I wrote it down, and I thought, well, that's huge, because the ball really got going with this after that full moon in Virgo. So I think that's pretty significant. I'm going to share a little bit, like I do always on my energy updates, from my little book. Not always. Sometimes like I said with you guys, if you've been a subscriber or listener for me a while, sometimes it resonates, sometimes it doesn't. I want to go into some of the physical symptoms of ascension that many of you may be experiencing right now. Please do increase your self-care. Exhaustion is one of them. Be really gentle with yourselves. Don't beat yourselves up if you stay in your jammies all day, right? So hot flushes are huge. Another thing that I'm feeling for the collective is ear downloads. So if you are feeling a ringing, it comes through differently with different people on how you get ear downloads. Bring that into your awareness. Breathe deep when those ear downloads are happening. Put your hand over your heart and your higher heart and just allow and breathe into it. Don't try to logically figure it out. If something comes through to you telepathically, then great. A lot of people have been feeling in this pause anger move through them. I know I definitely did. Allow this. I gotta quit saying I noticed that on my videos. Take me, I guess. That's happening a lot right now as we're purging, and many people are in this pause. Mars being an influence of some of that, but it's also the Saturn-Pluto effect of old ways dying and falling away. Just really bring that into your awareness. It's okay. Breathe into it. Allow it to pass through you. Don't be reactive. And on the flip side of that coin, there's extreme moments of peace, bliss. Try to tap into more of that, be full of gratitude and be thankful. Be vigilant. A huge collective awareness that I'm feeling for the energy update this week also is huge feelings of what really makes us feel safe. I think a lot of us are in this contemplation time, this stillness time, and because of what's going on, we're having collective fear rise. Many of us have probably left our bodies in a past life from something like this or not. Always respond out of vigilance and taking care of yourself, and try your best not to go into the fear. Anger, I feel, truly is fear. So allow this purge to flow through you and not become it. I know for a lot of us empaths, the exhaustion is for real. Don't judge yourself. Take this time while we're all in the pause to take naps. Rest whenever your body is speaking to you. More than ever, listening to your intuition and listening to your body. It's very intelligent. It will speak to us and tell us exactly what we need. I know that shifted for me in my awakening. I started gravitating towards more of the holistic healing, right? Because Virgo is about health, and the realization that holistic healing and good old prayer and meditation is priceless. So I'm really finding and utilizing that. If I've just looked back over the past 6 years of my awakening, my body sure did start talking to me, and I started naturally gravitating towards things over the past 6 years before this. Elderberry and zinc, magnesium and calcium is another thing that's very beneficial. Like, I'm not replacing any physician help, so please don't take it that way. But I'm finding within myself that my body, with this ascension, will tell me exactly what I need. Fasting is another beautiful way. I have also, over the six years that I've been spiritually awake and in tune, had a realization that I can go minimal all day long on fruits and berries and greens and have one meal a day. So fasting is another beautiful way because it resets us, right? So it's a beautiful way. I know the card that I pulled yesterday briefly was about detoxing, whether that be your lemon water, whether that be soaking in your Epsom salt bath, a detox of also what you're taking in, right? What are you watching? What are you not only physically feeding yourself, but also verbally? What are you speaking to yourself? Visually, what are you watching? It matters. It's huge to raise that vibration, to get into the true essence of who we all are. A lot of these gifts are free. What else other than the elderberry and the physical things? Vitamin C, vitamin D3. I know the state that I'm in, I'm lacking sunshine. I have to up my vitamin D3 year round. That's a given for me. What else? These are all things that I've utilized over the past 6 years. And now, go figure, it is the very thing that can help, raise your immunity. I'm a coffee drinker by nature. I just love the taste of it, but I've also been drawn to increase my herbal teas. A beautiful one for calming is lemon balm. Chamomile is another one of my favorite ones. Any of the beautiful organic teas, as organic as they can be, right? Are a wonderful thing, full of antioxidants. And so I really want to encourage you guys, especially with many people who have utilized Western physicians as basically God, being prescribed, they'll feed you anything under the sun, never healing you. What we take in, ultimately. And so this is a huge time of gaining your spiritual muscles too. I've been saying that probably as long as I started my YouTube channel, because I've always had this inner seeker, but got off track when I realized it was right here to be tapped into through ourselves, is when I really started having these huge aha moments and what I call revelations. So let's go into some astrology. I did the chart for the 31st of March, and Mars is going to be squaring is going into Aquarius. I think it's at the early degrees of it. So that is kind of a action masculine energy going into this collective energy of Aquarius, where it's more of a we consciousness. And it's crazy because no coincidence, we're asked to stay inner right now. So you can connect with other people telepathically. You can connect with people through the internet, as I love and adore and appreciate. So action of that, it's got these push-pull. It's almost like being on a horse. You got the reins, you're ready to step out, move with some Mars action, and whoa, the universe is like, no, you're not. So that could be some of the energy of anger coming up throughout some people. So take action in your home for the betterment. When you take good care of yourself through prayer, meditation, herbs, teas, you really are doing a betterment for the macro, right? On the micro, holding your energy accountable, dots connecting, as I've shared for a while, and many other light workers as well. My true passion is to uplift and encourage other people, because we are in very intense times, tower moments, dark night of the soul. On the other side of that, as we keep moving and going forward with this Mars action, just know that nothing of this third density world will make you feel safe and will give you the peace as your spiritual essence. Embody that. Allow these things coming up. Mars is going to be in a square to Uranus. Uranus is in lightning fast changes. Mars is action, so don't be surprised throughout this week. We have all of a sudden more action steps, like maybe even aha moments with that. Mars will also be conjunct Jupiter, which is a planet of expansion and higher learning. Mars conjunct that could be some feelings of friction. This could be that feeling of anger that rises maybe within some of you of, I'm ready to take action, but I'm being held back. Jupiter being that higher learning. So really tap into your spiritual essence this week. Allow this pause that the universe has asked humanity to be in. Allow that to benefit you as much as you can, and you can do so much for the macro right from where you're at through prayer, meditation, not praying out of crisis mode like many people do, praying and setting your intentions, envisioning heart expansion through you, peace within you, and then you broaden it out to all people, to the whole planet. And we can telepathically go there and connect with others without physically doing that. So I think that's beautiful. A lot of light coming in. I did notice the Schumann resonance just had this constant buzz, this little green line across a couple days straight. And in that time, I did realize that was exactly when I was having some ear downloads. And I could physically hear, because it is so quiet and still right now, other than beautiful nature and Gaia rejoicing, this tone. Hard to describe, but I did ask the kids, do you hear that? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay. So being an empath, being sensitive, as I always have been with energy, but very much so in tune with it. I have also realized that the dream states are still pretty amped up. Why is that? Because when we're made to be still and listen, which is not made by me, I embrace it, there's not so much chaos on the macro. And I think that it's allowing us to take a little bit of dream state and always look at that as symbolic. A lot of messages come through to us in our dream state when our mind, our ego, is resting. So pay attention to that. We also have the North Node that is getting ready to move from the family-oriented Cancer sign, very deep and emotional, into Gemini. We'll see how that shifts and changes. Have that awareness with us. This, like I said, this is printed for March 31st. What else on the chart there? The North Node right with the Moon. So that could be very emotional coming towards the 31st into Monday, Tuesday. But Gemini is also the twins, right? So think about that. And it's ruled by Mercury. So pay attention to your monkey mind. And also your emotions, because that is the sign of the twins. Again, information with Mercury and the Moon being in Gemini on that date, specifically with the North Node. Be very conscious of what you're taking in audio, visually. Discern which information. I know I've asked people to stop sending me stuff in my private messenger about this global thing that's going on. I don't want any information. I don't want census. I don't want nothing. I'm going and trusting my own intuition. I'm being vigilant. I'm always a clean, detailed person anyway, so that hasn't changed much for me. I raised my children to come in off the school bus and wash their hands immediately. So just have an awareness of all of that as we are going through this week. Uranus, again, like I said, in that square. Squares are usually hard aspects within us, as above, so below, but they also can be the best life-changing moments. So pay attention to that, because it's still in Taurus, and that is about our values and our senses. So trust your intuition on that, guys. Eat whatever makes your soul feel good. Watch what makes your soul feel good. Listen to music that uplifts your soul. It doesn't hurt to take some on YouTube. Go in and YouTube some beautiful cleansing frequencies. They have all the different hertz on there available on YouTube for free. You can also do that. What are we at? 17 minutes. I'm going to go into the Mystical Shaman cards for the week and cut this off. I don't like making them too long. I don't want to lose viewers. If you're new today, I'm an awakened empath, and my soul's purpose is to help uplift. And really, it is ultimately kind of, we're in it now with all these old structures falling away, that it's my passion to encourage other people to stay in peace and love and compassion, because our minds can go off on fear very, very easily. I've been picking up on it collectively. It's been very intense. That's just time for me to sit down, meditate, visualize healing green energy filling me up, then giving that out to the macro, to everybody else, to Gaia, and visualizing myself doing that. So as always, God, Creator, Source, I ask to be clear communication for some messages for all these beautiful souls listening for the week of March 30th through April 5th. I am not an astrologer, but I do love astrology. And on my awakening journey, I've realized the significance of that. We are made up of all four elements. I'm feeling a huge call, have been for a while, about the indigenous, and I just flipped the rainbow card, and how they honor Gaia, because our bodies are of Gaia. We are one with her, and my perspective is that everything created was created by God, Creator, Source, Great Spirit, whatever you like to call it, and that we need to get back in harmony with her instead of depleting her. So the first card we got, I'm going to read from 12, but we got the Coyote. So the first card we got was the Rainbow. And it's very well known in the indigenous that Earth has been speaking to us for a long time. And the Rainbow Children are those that have the huge awareness, right? They know that we are here to live an experience. I feel this with the Aquarius too, the Aquarian age coming forward. We're getting a little taste of that. Saturn is in Aquarius, I do believe, currently. But going forward in this collectiveness and realizing that what we do on a micro level has a direct impact on the macro, because we are all one. The rainbow children are in sync with themselves. The rainbow is being balanced within yourself, never taking more than you need, doing what you need to do within yourself to be the peace, to walk the peace. And it is really on a collective level, super significant. The second message we got was the child. This is back to the innocence. This is the wonder. This is a trust. You know, think of the innocence of a child. They trust. So I'm asking for this week, everybody do something that brings them joy. A lot of us are asked to be still and listen, so get out in nature, have that wonder. The sun would be very much so appreciated by all of us. We'd benefit from that. We've been told to block ourselves from the sun, and that is everything that we've been programmed to believe is usually the opposite. The sun is beautiful for us. It's healing, it's our life force, it's our solar plexus energy, our vitality, our creativity. So do something this week that makes you feel that innocence. You know, whatever it is, whether it be play outside in your yard if you're in nature, get back in tune with that. Do whatever it is. Do something creative that makes you laugh. Laughter's another thing that's free. So keep tapping into that we were asked to go and be childlike. A lot of us have lost that. So try to regain that. And the last card we got was card number 12, Coyote. They are a lone wolf, but they're also a pack animal. I'm feeling that in resonance with what we got going on right now. So although we're asked to be still, a lot of us in solitude, you can really utilize that alone time to see the bigger picture for the collective and how we really truly are connected, even though we're physically being asked to stop. So that's just something coming through to me before I share. The coyote is the symbol of sacred trickster, the one who provides detours for growth and understanding by ensuring that things don't go as planned. A lot of us might have had vacations planned. A lot of us had this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then the universe says, no, you're not. You're pausing. Think about how symbolic that is. The coyote brings the energy of divine deception to set you free from the shackles of which does not serve you. Wow, that's huge. Let me read that again. The coyote brings the energy of divine deception to set you free from the shackles of that which does not serve you. I wholeheartedly believe the fast pace of the human species, you know, go and do this, and you got to be productive in order to have a value in this world is being pretty much put to halt right now. Guy has been asking us to slow down and get back in sync with nature forever, and now we were kind of forced into it. It's the universe's way of saying, here you go, 2x4. Wow. Sometimes it appears that you will get everything you want, only to find out the coyote brings you the opposite of what you hoped for. The lessons offered by coyote may at first be confusing, but they are most sacred and always for your highest good. This pause may not be what people's egos really want right now to be in this pause. It's stopping us from doing whatever. Trust the divine reason behind it. It's not about what we want, it's about what's best for all. So that's huge. If coyote calls to you, this is a time to pay special attention to the detours and disappointments, as they are true test of faith. You have set your intentions and turned them over to the Great Spirit. Yet you may find yourself lost and confused when it appears you are being led off course, off the path, leading to your most cherished dreams and desires. Remember this, coyote is a sacred trickster and may be leading you into challenges to ensure that you are ready to handle what you have set in motion. Great growth and understanding come to you when coyote appears in your reading. Well, that says a lot for where we are right now for the week of March 30th through April 5th. Collectively, we are in this pause. Instead of fighting against it, I'm going to encourage you guys to do and utilize this pause to the benefit of not only you on the micro level, but as a collective. I pray it never goes back to the same. We don't want to not learn from things, right? And when a lot of people in the human species have got into this go, 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 take, it is not in sync with nature. There's a time and a season for everything. And if we don't do it with our own free will, 2x4 up against the noggin with from the universe, it's not from God. I don't like when people, God did this because God is love to me. It's the opposite of fear. But Mother Earth, because she does sustain us, and the universe was created by God, and that's what we are all a part of. So allow this pause to never ignore anything that comes up and rises throughout you. Allow and utilize this quiet stillness to really increase your self-care, reevaluate what you truly do value, and have an understanding of that what happens within you on a micro level definitely has an impact on the whole. The more and more people can rise in consciousness, love, compassion, the truth, the way, the better for all humanity. And so again, the rainbow children will come. I believe they're already coming in. I believe my son and daughter both very in tune, that especially my daughter being an Aquarius, a humanitarian, not littering, not depleting the earth, right? Having an understanding that what we do has a complete impact on the whole, and getting back in sync with the collective consciousness and how we each have an impact on that. One more thing I do want to share before I let you guys go is, if you're seeing people out there that are not acting out of love and trying to be the best piece that they can be, remember that fear is not who they truly are, but they're obviously still in the fight or flight and have a feeling within them that they're lacking. We're always taken care of, always, and so try to just be that light. Don't be a doormat. I'm noticing some people not utilizing and following the suggested rules. So if you're seeing people out there that are going and doing, it's most likely their narcissism and being out and about when you're not really needing to, and going and visiting other people when it's suggested that you're not right now. Think about that. If it's happening in your world, do some healthy boundaries, because they are not having the compassion for the all. They're still self-absorbed. So that was huge coming up. Narcissism is a huge thing collectively. I don't know about other countries, but for the United States where I'm at, that is very apparent that it's needed to be healed for quite some time now. So it's time to stop being self-absorbed and have more of a we consciousness, right? So make sure you play this week. Take good care of yourself. Remember that we may not like the things that are happening right now, but trust the divine purpose and the divine higher power of that it needed to be done. The waters are purifying, the soil is resting, the air, right? Very little air traffic. And so remember that and have that in your consciousness this week. Allow whatever rises to go through that. Increase your prayer and meditation, setting your intention, visualizing healing. And I send this to you guys with so much love, and namaste.